So I've been spending a lot of time lately with Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and man, I just have to say it's so damn good. Like, I didn't expect to get this hooked, especially with a turn-based game, because usually, back in the day when I was a kid, it was fine, but nowadays, I kind of burn out after a few hours with these kinds of games. I don't know, it's the press the button, wait stuff to happen, repeat. But this feels very different. First of all, I'm playing it on PC through Xbox Game Pass, and it's been running great, but what really pulled me in is how it looks and feels. That whole French art style they were going for, it's really great. The environments, the character design, even the UI, it all feels surreal, like painting-like, and that's just dripping with atmosphere. It's not something you see often in games, especially not in RPGs like this. One example I could probably think of is Persona, that has that certain style to it that like bleeds into up until the UI, and that's what really impressed me, because this feels like a JRPG deep down despite the French aesthetic. Now, what really blows me away is the combat. The way they've evolved the turn-based system is honestly, in my opinion, genius. Instead of just sitting there selecting moves from menus and watching the enemies swing back at you, you actually have to do stuff. It's very reminiscent of Legend of Dragoon, which is one of my favorite JRPG games growing up. There's dodging, parrying, and even jumping to avoid attacks, like real-time reactions during a turn-based battle. The combat is, to its core, a turn-based game, but it reminds me a little bit of Dark Souls in that sense. Because you need to learn enemy patterns, be on your toes, you can't just mash your way through fights. Well, you can at a certain point when you get really OP, but it does keep you engaged. When you're fighting a strong enemy that can one-shot you, encounters feel very tense and skill-based, and not just a numbers game like you would like a regular turn-based game like Pokemon, for example. And I especially love the counter-attack mechanics, because nailing perfect dodges and coming back with a hit feels so satisfying every single time. And speaking of the Souls influence, I also noticed those little touches like the flags and how you handle the potions. It definitely gives the similar vibe. It's not copying anything directly, but it's clearly inspired by the kind of world design and system that would make you pay attention and play smart. To me, it's got the right balance of strategy, reflex, and honestly, I think that's exactly what a modern-based turn-based game actually needed. Start writing notes, Square Enix. Because despite the narrative of turn-based game dying and not really relevant in the modern era, it's taking an old formula and just breathing new life to it in a really clever way. Story-wise, without spoiling too much, let's just say I'm past Act 1, and that moment was, if you know, you know. That kind of hit me like a truck. It was handled so well, in my opinion, and the writing in this game, surprisingly emotional and powerful. The conversations are beautiful, and there's a lot of poetic bits of dialogue that really make you sit there and think about it. But it's not all doom and gloom either. The game knows how to throw in a little humor or just lighten the mood with the character banter. It doesn't feel forced or awkward. It feels very real. I've also got to mention a little bit of the pacing. For a game that's doing so much narratively and mechanically, it never feels bloated or slow. You're always moving forward, you're always learning something new. Whether it's a new combat mechanic or some fresh lore about to drop on your face, it never feels like it's holding your hand either. You're just sort of pulled along, but naturally, because you want to see what's around that next corner. So yeah, I know this is probably just the same as every other reviewer out there saying the game is good. Well, let me just say it again, game is good. Even if you're not into RPGs, even if you're not into turn-based, you owe it to yourself to give this game a shot. It's familiar in all the right ways, but also bold enough to do its own thing, and it respects the genre, but it's not afraid to shake it up. And also, it's not even like full $60 price, and that is really good. Anyway, I just needed to rant about how good this is. That's why I haven't been posting a video, because I've been playing it a lot. It's rare that a game surprises me this much. The last game that did this was Elden Ring and Armored Core, both FromSoft games, and I'm really excited to keep going and see how it all unfolds. And if this is the direction RPGs are going moving forward, I am all in. That's all for the video. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. You guys know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe out there. Bye.